Hey, so we were discussing about statistics as in a field of study. It is important to mention that statistics as in a field of study has statistics as in the quantifiable properties that measure, the various attributes of the the variables or sampling units drawn from a population as its most important or the central premise that we study. I mean, so at the core of statistics as a subject is the quantitative properties, which are also called statistics. Now, so uh, the important point here is that these quantifiable properties are, in fact, in case of a sample, uh, I mean, they measure uh, the the attributes of a sample. I mean, the quantifiable properties in case of a sample are called statistics, and in fact, and in case of population, the similar or the congruent quantifiable properties are called parameters. So the difference is owing to the size, and the difference is owing to the scale in the sample and the population. So uh, although they are defined in similar ways, but statistics and parameters are two different versions of the same thing. So statistics is in terms of the sample, and parameters are the statistics version of for the population, and the population version of the statistics. So now, for example, if we take a sample mean for a variable x for a sample s, uh, and this is called a statistic. Whereas if the population mean for the same variable for the corresponding population is called a parameter. Okay, moving ahead. Now, as we've seen in the preceding discussion, the difference between a statistic and a parameter is clear, and that is a statistic measures the attributes of a sample from a population, and a parameter measures the corresponding attributes of the same population. So it's pretty clear now, the difference, right? Now, it is important, and it was important to discuss all these topics and subtopics and related topics in order to get a feel of why and how uh, and what is significance and how it is important. And so we are moving ahead, uh, by bits and pieces, and gathering information from all around, and making our way through the jungle that is called the null hypothesis significant testing. And more importantly, we are actually moving in a direction wherein we'll be able to critically analyze the importance of p-value and null hypothesis statistical significance in terms of its value or its importance to researchers and all of your researchers or potential researchers. So it's obviously going to be very important for you. So now, in order to ensure a representative sample, we need to make sure that it is not drawn by chance, as we've already discussed. And otherwise, because otherwise, the attributes and the relationships between them will also be by chance. Now, this again is a very, very fundamental statement that's being made here, right? Why is it fundamental? Because if we draw a representative sample, we need to make sure it is not drawn by chance. What is the flip side? The flip side, or the negative aspect, or the fallout of this will be, very, very, serious or critical in terms of the results of the research. And that will be that the attributes and the relationships that will be measured as a result of such a faulty sampling will also be by chance, and if the results that we draw by chance, there are no prizes to guess what will be the fate of the study, or the results, or the findings of the study. So they'll be suboptimal. They'll not be accurate, and they'll not represent truth, or the true nature of relationships that are being measured. Okay, further ahead. Now, again, what is p-value? So we're actually discussing and contemplating as to what is p-value. So we have discussed many related and underlying concepts, and herein I again throw a question at you, and that is, uh, in order to understand p-value, why is it why is it that the sample drawn might represent the variable attributes drawn by chance, and not represent its true characteristics? So this is a very, very fundamental question herein at this juncture, and of course we'll answer this in the next video. And till then, bye bye, and have a good time.